Hi there, my name is Alex, and today my son is actually going to be joining me for the intro because he just woke up from his nap. But I wanted to share with you guys today how I made a very simple pie crust. So my grandma just recently passed away, and I remember her as being someone who was always in the kitchen and always loved to cook. And when she passed away and we all went to her house after the funeral, I raided her kitchen for all of her handwritten recipes and any recipes that she made notes on. So I snatched up her recipes so I could compile them all into a cookbook for my whole family. Along the way, I found other amazing vintage recipes that I thought would be fun to share with all of you. So I hope you enjoy this recipe as much as I did. And I actually got this pie recipe out of the Better Homes and Gardens cookbook, and I believe this is the 1953 edition. At least that's what the crumpled up copyright says in the book. So this is the 1953 edition Better Homes and Gardens cookbook, and that is where I got the pie crust recipe out. I hope you guys enjoy.
You will need 1.5 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt, half a cup of shortening, but I'm using butter, and 4 to 5 tablespoons of cold water. You'll actually start by sifting the flour and salt together, and I don't have a sifter, so I'm just using a whisk. So if you don't have a sifter, you could just probably use a whisk too. Okay, so the recipe says to make the pastry extra tender and flaky, to actually divide the shortening in half and then just cut in the first half until the mixture looks like cornmeal. Then cut in the remaining half till pieces are the size of peas. So what you'll see me doing here is I'm actually just going to be cutting the butter up to the half point, and I like to just throw them in like a little chunks at a time, just so it makes it easier to blend up. Okay, then right here, I'm just taking my fancy pastry blender. It's actually pretty basic. And just going to cut in that butter and then just keep going. Even though sometimes it just feels like I'm just cutting flour for no reason and it seems like I'm getting nowhere. Just gotta trust the process. It will come together. Trust me. Okay, so what I'm actually doing here is I'm just sprinkling like a tablespoon at a time of the water over part of the mixture, and then I'm just mixing it with the fork on one side of the bowl. So I'm just sprinkling more water over what is dry, and then I'm going to push that to the other side of the bowl where the wet mixture already is, and then I'm going to blend it together. So I'm just going to keep repeating that process until everything is all wet and well mixed. And I actually had to use a tad bit more water, probably like another tablespoon or so. I don't know, my flour just seemed to be extra dry for some reason. Okay, and then after everything is good and well mixed, then you're just going to gather it up with your fingers and just form it into like a nice smooth ball.
Okay, now we're gonna let that stand for several minutes. I don't know how long several minutes is, but it just says several minutes.
Okay, so then after it's been sitting for several minutes, however long that is to you, then just split it right down the middle. Okay, and then on a floured surface, you're just gonna take one of those halves and just form it into a flat circle. Okay, so then with your rolling pin, you're just going to roll it out from the middle to the edges and never really going like from edge to edge like you see like kids with Play-Doh doing. You just don't want to do it because it will like make it way too thin, and then you're going to go just beyond an inch over your pie crust pan. So like if you have an 8-inch pan, you want to make your dough 9 inches in diameter, and if you have a 9-inch pan, you want to make your dough 10 inches in diameter. I'm gonna roll this one out too. Okay. And then I always like to give it like one last like zoop, zoop. Oops. Anyways, one last like zoop, zoop. Whoop, whoop. I don't know why I make sound effects, but I do. Alright, I kind of want to flour this again. Alrighty. Okay, and then this is where you can get creative and make different like designs in it. Like I could always, you could like take cookie cutters and cut it out and make little hearts and whatever. This one time I actually like made a chicken. I'll like insert like a picture of a pot pie I made. It was actually like right before I found out I was pregnant with Wyatt, and I never went to pot pie since because I felt so sick from it. But I'll insert a picture here of the pot pie that I made, and I had done like a chicken on the top. It was like one of like my proudest pieces I made, but then I never wanted pot pie again. Anyways, so you can get creative and do whatever with this one. I'm just going to, I kind of want to do like a classic lattice style thing. So I've never done that before actually, so I want to give that a try. So I'm going to keep this nearby so I can, as I'm doing this, I don't know if I know what I'm doing. Do I have to make another one? I feel like I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna stretch this out here like that. then after you put your topper on, or whatever you call it, your top crust, you're just gonna go around and like seal the edges, and you can do like some fancy like crimping on the edges, which I have no idea what I'm doing. Like, I do not know how to crimp edges to save my life. But that just goes to show that anyone can do this, so it's okay. Still will taste good. Doesn't have to be perfect. So that's what I'm attempting to do right now, is kind of make like a fancy crimp, but it did not turn out like the pictures. But what I did actually try to do later on was to cover up my butch job. Was I was going to take that dough that you see on the side and cut like long strips and make a long braid that you could just wrap around the top, and then I can just show you a picture real quick like what I was trying to do. But yeah, that's what I was trying to do, but I did not have enough dough, and I was also running out of time, so at this point I was kind of like, screw it, I just need to get into the oven so it's ready in time. So we're actually at my mom's house. Thanks, Mom, for your kitchen. And I'm just putting a cookie sheet underneath my pie so I don't destroy her oven. And then I'm actually going to bake this pie at 400 degrees for 40 to 50 minutes. Ta-da! I am so happy with the way it turned out. It just looks so delicious.
I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like videos like this and you like me making and sharing vintage recipes with you guys, please click subscribe and give this video a thumbs up so I know to make more of them. And I hope I see you around for my next video. Thank you. Bye.
Lock the plate with me, please, little baby. Lock the plate. Okay. Turn this way, sit down. Okay, but no messing with the flour.
Everyone wants to help.
Just reaching for the water. I'll go reaching. Over. Here. Is the old patty now?
Bye. We're making a mess now. All right.
Okay. Move the flour over there, okay?
Well, we might need to just get him off the counter because he really shouldn't be up here.
Let me have a
I have an idea. Let's get him his own bowl. What? And you don't have it. Besides, you want your own bowl?
Where did you put it? He probably wants like a pot. We're cooking together. But hands off.
So it says just to mix in the first half first and then
Stirring bud.
oh, not bad.
You go upside down. This is so cute. He said, "He's upside down, Mom."
I'm trying to help. Okay. Alright, I think I'm gonna move this over to the counter or to the island.